Okay, so get ready because we are going deep on this one.
Definitely deep.
Super Bowl 59.
All right.
And, you gave us some very specific information about Super Bowl 59.
Right.
And I love that you weren't like, I want to know who won or I want to know,
Yeah.
what were the big plays.
Yeah.
It was, who was watching the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And the reason why that's so interesting is because this was the first time that a sitting U.S. president
Right.
attended the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's wild to think about, over 50 years of Super Bowls.
Right?
And never a sitting president there in person.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many presidents we've had in, 50 plus years.
Oh, yeah. Tons.
So to set the stage a little bit,
Okay.
Super Bowl 59 took place on February 9th, 2025, down in New Orleans.
Nice.
Philadelphia Eagles
Yep.
beat the Kansas City Chiefs
They did.
40-22.
Interesting.
And of course, Donald Trump, the president at the time,
Right.
sitting right there in the crowd.
Big time.
So first question, why?
Yeah. That's the big question, isn't it? I mean, you've got a whole country to run, right?
Yeah.
What does this tell us about
Right?
the presidency,
Yeah, and why no other president has ever gone before.
Right. I mean, you think about it, there are so many potential reasons, I guess.
Yeah.
Security is a huge one, right? You're
Right.
talking about.
It's a logistical nightmare.
It's a nightmare logistically to protect the president in any public setting.
Yeah.
But then you add in the Super Bowl, and that's, the biggest sporting event in the country, arguably the world.
Exactly.
So, maybe past presidents thought it was just too risky.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Right? You're putting yourself out there and it's like, well,
Exactly.
do I really need to be there?
Right. And, maybe they thought it wasn't really, presidential.
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you spin that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the presidential thing about going to a football game?
Is it about connecting with the American people, though? I mean, presidents have thrown out the first pitch at baseball games forever.
Well, that's true.
Right. So it's not like there's no precedent for engaging with sports.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Right. And you think about it, Super Bowls are often seen as unifying national events.
Right. They're supposed to bring everybody together.
Exactly. And maybe that's part of it, maybe with the political climate being what it has been in recent years.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a little bit tricky for presidents to attend something like that without,
Because like half the country.
risking alienating half the country.
Yeah, they're going to be upset no matter who goes.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a lose-lose for them.
Right.
So it's interesting that Trump chose to attend,
Yeah.
especially given his personality and...
Yeah. It's not like he shied away from controversy.
No, he never did.
That's for sure.
And speaking of pressure, right?
Okay.
We have to think about the Chiefs in this Super Bowl.
Yeah. What about them?
They were attempting a three-peat.
Oh, wow. That's right.
They're going for their third Super Bowl win in a row.
Yeah.
So do you think that played a part in his decision?
It might have, because a three-peat is incredibly rare.
Yeah.
In professional sports.
It's hard to win one,
So hard.
let alone three,
Yeah.
in a row.
It requires such a high level of sustained excellence and consistency.
Right.
I mean, the weight of expectations on those players
Yeah.
must have been immense.
They had the hopes of an entire fan base
Yeah,
on their shoulders,
literally.
So, yeah, maybe he was thinking, I want to be there
Right.
for this potentially historic moment.
Yeah, I could see that.
Imagine being there, like, in the crowd
Oh, yeah.
when they're going for their third win.
It would be electric.
It would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's interesting to think about
What's that?
the pressure of a three-peat
Yeah.
compared to, like, the pressure of the presidency.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right, because both of those involve incredibly high stakes.
Right, you're constantly being scrutinized.
Oh, yeah, every single move.
Every move you make.
And the challenge of meeting or exceeding expectations that are just enormous.
Absolutely. I mean, can you imagine making decisions with that level of scrutiny on you all the time?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, and trying to manage public expectations on top of that.
Right, because you've got the whole country watching you.
The whole world is watching.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a different level of pressure.
So, listeners, today, we haven't just looked at President Trump at Super Bowl 59.
We went a little deeper.
We went a little deeper.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about sports and politics, how they intersect, how the presidency is evolving, and, of course, the pressure that comes with aiming for the top.
It's really a fascinating look at where American culture was at in 2025.
It really is. So, listeners, we know why President Trump attended this Super Bowl, but I'm curious what factors might lead a future president to attend or not attend.
Yeah, that's a great question.
What does it say about how the presidency and American culture are changing. And what about the Super Bowl itself?
Hmm.
What does this tell us about its future as a cultural event?
Something to think about.
Something to think about.